Good evening. Welcome to Investigator News, and I'm your host, Ellie Holder. This is the Weather and Lifestyle News Show. And a happy Friday. Boy, I had a happy Friday. I got a phone call today. I can go get the puppy tomorrow. Um, uh, it's got its shot. It's been wormed, eating food, not wanting mom, wanting to beat up on its sisters. So they gave us a call and said, come get the puppy tomorrow. So we'll have the puppy this weekend, which means Thursday show is back on. I know you guys are glad about that because I got this special report and I sent William the info, and I'll have to see if he wants to touch it or if he wants to join in with me on this. And um, oh boy, I got to save a lot of stuff for the next hour that I'm my pet peeves today. Yeah, I got some pet peeves, and it's only with the boys on the track. And if you haven't seen the boys on the track, go to YouTube and watch it. Yeah. All right, puppy time. Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm excited. We're going to get puppy chow. I guess that's what he's been feeding the puppy, softening it up, and a little bit soft, a little bit crunchy, he says, and some toys. I'm not sure if Jewel will share. We're not sure how she's going to react. We think she's going to be excited, and her whole time is going to be about the puppy, and she's going to forget all about us. Yeah, I'm training her to be um, a service dog. And the other day I had went in and started filling up the sink with to do dishes, and I had some pings on my phone. So I went and checked with my phone. I had to answer them, and she came out barking and ran back in the kitchen, ran back out. Um, she was running back and forth barking, and she got closer and closer and kept nudge, and then she started nudging me. So I went in the kitchen, and lo and behold, I remembered I had put that water on, and it had gone to the floor and halfway across my carpet. So she was letting me know there was something wrong. This isn't the first time that she's let me know something's wrong. She did the other night, and uh, I couldn't figure it out. You don't speak dog language, so she's letting me know when things are a myth. Another thing I wanted to do is Sellers Electric. They're the ones that got my power back on for me. This last power outage, we had to call them, and they were willing to come out within a day and start working on it. And it was a 2-3 day job. We spent another night at the hotel, or 2 nights at the hotel, um, while they went ahead. And because our wires had melted, now they had two fine young gentlemen that stood in the heat, 100 degrees plus, to do a lot of this electric for us. And we really appreciate Sellers Electric. So if you're in Conway, give them a call. Great. His wife has been wonderful with us and answering all of our questions. And the gentleman that uh, runs the company and runs his crew is great. And I remember one of the guys' name is Leo. I should remember the other guy's name. I should have written it down. But I want to thank them tremendously for the fine job they did with us, and they will do for. They're a small company. They're not big, so give them a call. Let's make them big. We need a big company in Arkansas. All right. um, Karen says, "Well, I'm just gonna post some things. Here we go. Smart dog. Um, Rocky and Jewel will finally be great. Way to go, Jewel. Jewel she's on it. She's on it, folks. I get up in the middle of the night. She follows me out. But then when I go back to bed, she takes my spot, puts her head on the pillow, and somehow snuggles underneath my covers. I'm like, I don't think so. That's my spot. She does it every night, and I get up about 3 o'clock. But she gets up with me in the morning. Um, and, they say these are herding dogs. Well, she herds me to make coffee. I like that. What dog herds you to make coffee in the morning? She herds me right to the coffee pot. And not to get the water I want. I just get a glass of water and then I get a cup of coffee or I start coffee. No, she herds me right to the coffee pot. So she knows my needs. All right. So, boy, snakes. Do we want these horrible snakes? Yeah, I got a little bit on snakes. I got a little bit on the ponies. I thought that the ponies was a neat story, but I want to remind everybody to save the horses and the burros and donkeys out of Nevada because they're putting them to meat market again. So if you can rescue a a, a horse, a pony, or a burro or a donkey, um, look into some of these rescues. Uh, well, I did no snakes on planes either. Did you guys watch that movie, Snakes on the Plane? Oh no, oh no. I would be making the pilot land. I'd be banging on the door saying, I don't think so, dude. Yeah, time to land the plane, get the snake off, and then I'll continue. But you need to let me off at the next stop. I don't do snakes. And boy, my brother had one, Larry. A lot of you know Larry from doing shows with me. He had a king snake, and it got in the bathroom with me. And boy, you talk about screaming. And then my son likes snakes, and he come home with a um, it wasn't a mean snake, but it was a big snake. It was about that round. It was about 5 foot long. It was wrapped around his arm. It had bit him in his hand, wrapped around his arm, and his hand was turning blue. I was like, no. And he's like, can I keep it? I'm like, I don't, no, 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 no. Um, 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 oh, I can't think of the name of the snake. Any other time I could tell you. It wasn't a mean snake. Well, yeah, but it bit him. Yeah. All right. Thank you, Sellers Electric. I just want to say that real quick. I told him to watch today, and I told him it'd be at the beginning of the show. Now, the other one I want to thank is the Micro Hotel. Um, they put us up and they gave us they worked it out with us that I got first floor, closest to the door, so I could take Jewel out. And she did well in the hotel. The other is Conway Corp. Oh boy, Conway Corp, our power company. If they wouldn't have jumped in and hit us first, we could have been weeks away, like my daughter. Um, she was a little over a week before they got to her power. All right, let's get to the weather. And um, boy, I got in late. I was talking to the puppy guy, so um, there we have it. Oh boy, I don't have nothing much for where what I'm seeing. I see a blank page. You guys get to see the hurricane. Well, it's not really a hurricane. What happened to the hurricanes? I was all gung ho, ready for the hurricanes to get out of the way so we could get into and get it over with and then move into September when it starts up again. Well, we didn't have one. And I'm like, this is great. But we are getting a lot of tropical storms. So here we go.
Well, let's get you an update on the tropics. We're first going to begin with a weak area of low pressure that's moved inland near the Florida-Georgia border. No additional development expected. There's also a large area of disorganized showers and storms associated with the tropical wave that's forecast to move westward over Central America. Significant development not expected, but it's going to bring heavy rain. Third, a tropical wave out over the Atlantic has a medium chance of development. Right now, it's pretty disorganized, some gradual development possible, and a tropical depression could form early next week. You're going to notice with the pattern there, that disturbance as it moves west and northwest, The forecast curls at north and northeast and doesn't look like it's going to impact land at this time, but we are going to continue to bring you updates. Just to highlight the system off the southeast coast, some additional heavy rainfall should be expected for northeast Florida, eastern Georgia, and eastern South Carolina. The next name coming up on the list is Emily.
Emily. Yeah, not Ellie. You know what it looks like in the around Florida and the islands? It's like the hurricane got blown up. Did you guys notice that? It just, to me, that's what it looks like. Looks like a hurricane that got blown up. All right. Earthquakes. The recent one was in Cannon, California. Now that is real close to Crescent City and Eureka. Now what I'm seeing today is a lot of fives. A lot of I'm having technical difficulties. It's not showing it. I'm not sure why. So I'm going to just go through them real quick and I'll try it again. Now, we did have one over, and I do want to say, in Afghanistan, a 4.0. Then we had one over in Eastern Zhang in China, a 4.6. And then we look at Andaman Islands of India region. That was a 5.6. And then, we go down to Southwest Indian Ridge, 5.9. And then we see South Sandwich Islands, 5.6. See these fives? See these fives. Fiji region, 5.0. Then right next to it, Vanuatu, 5.0. This was Port Olry. Then they go down. Guam, a 4.9. So I went and looked. It was actually a 5.1. Then I seen 4.7 in Japan, Hiro. It was a 4.9, so that was real close to a 5.0. Then Alaska, Kokohanuk of Alaska, 5.0. So, I would expect it would roll around and we would see a 5.0 in between Alaska and Mexico. Well, Mexico only got a 4.0. They stalled. They all went to fours after that. We've seen Toya, Texas, which we said is becoming very active at a 2.5, 4 miles deep. So they could have felt that. Then, like I said, we had one in Mexico, 4.0, and over on the islands, Dominican Republic, 4.0. So it goes from fives all the way around from where we see Indian Ridge. That was a 5.9. It went 5.0s all the way around. And this is the ring. It leads to the Ring of Fire. And it goes all the way around until it gets to Alaska. And then after that, it goes to a 2.5. Yeah, that right there tells you something's going to build up. Something's going to happen along in between Alaska and Mexico. So I wonder how come it didn't show my stuff. I'll have to see if it'll let me show this one. Oh boy, it's not letting me show stuff today. I'll have to do without. Now, Utah seismologists, because, get this, Utah's not really getting them. And, they're suspect to earthquake swarms. You really How come they haven't been reporting them? That was my question. They're blaming on geothermal. What is geothermal? It's volcanic. Utah seismology is the first one that's ever came forward and said, besides Dutch sense, that says there is something going on with the volcanoes and the earthquakes. And it's triggered by hot water and powered by geothermal activity. They didn't try to blame it on climate change. They're saying that, wait a minute, we're having a lot. And not only that, but we're seeing an increase of earthquakes, not only in Utah, but around Yosemite, around Yellowstone, up around Northern California, Alaska, and a lot of where there is volcanoes. So Utah is now going to start looking into what's going on between the volcanoes and the earthquakes. Finally, Dutch has been saying this for a very long time, and maybe he finally got the attention of somebody that's going to take a look at what has been going on with the earthquakes, and not only that, but the water temperatures to rise even in the oceans, because there's volcanoes in the oceans, folks. We got a big one in between Asia and the West Coast and Mexico and South America. A big one that is nonstop. Hawaii is draining into the ocean. So many times we're seeing volcanic activity in our oceans, flowing to our oceans or into lakes, rivers. And not only that, but if you put like what Fukushima, and then you do garbage, you're going to warm the oceans up. So this is what all they're going to look into. They're going to look at all the above and see that they think there is a connection between the volcanoes and the earthquakes. Yes, it's about time. I bet I'm hoping that Dutch Sense will say something about this and thank them for this. Maybe not. Maybe he's maybe they're not on his side. Maybe they're going to go against him. Boy, things happen. We seen Sinead O'Connor die yesterday. Well, the Eagles founding member, Randy Meisner, he's dead at the age of 77. His signature ballot was take it to the limit. Wow. The band announced this on Facebook post on Thursday. He died from complications from chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. So he had health issues. And what do I tell you guys all the time? It's like, but what about the Stones? Well, today, July 28th, historical moment. Mick Jagger turned 80 years old. They're still going. They're still kicking. I don't know. Did the drugs keep them alive or what? I think they're like in stone. I don't know. They've done something that we don't know about because they're going and going and going. They're going and going. And more that we hear band members dying, like this gentleman from the Eagles. And then Mick Jagger turns 80. Wow. Did you guys know he was 80 years old here in the chat? Now, William had a really good comment here. So the University of Utah reports all seismic activity on Rocky Mountains from Canada to Arizona border. So that's good to know. Thousands gather to watch. They call it Chincoteacu. Wild ponies make an annual swim across Sante Channel. This This is a Virginia tradition in its 98th year, includes an auction on July 27th. Thousands of people gathered Wednesday to make their annual trek across the, uh, I know I'm pronouncing this wrong, Santegi Channel. The tradition is 98 year, includes Wednesday swim and an auction. The biggest annual fundraiser, which manages the wild pony herd. The horses were made famous in 1947. Um, and it was a classic children's novel, Misty of Chincoteague, by author Marguerite Henry. So, great for the horses. And like I told you, we need to save the ponies and save the horses. Um, you hate snakes? Oh, yeah, there's 15 of them. There are 15 plants that you will help keep them out of your yard this summer. You know, that's what we need. Um, so what are they? They're Aztec marigold flowers, Tagats erecta, Mexican marigold orange flowers, Mexican marigold flowers, African. So it looks like marigolds. If you want to keep snakes out of your yard, folks, and you hate snakes, plant marigolds. Organic mugwort. I wonder if it's going to let me post. No, oh man, I don't know why I'm having this today. This ain't good. I hope it doesn't do that for trivia. Yeah. What about large lemongrass? In West Indian lemongrass and fully rooted for the kitchen. So lemongrass. Now write this down if you don't want snakes, folks. You hate snakes? Yeah. Outside pride, Tolbagia, Violacea, garlic herb seeds. So I guess garlic and herb seeds. They're purple flowers. Millennium flower onion perennials, alum, andrographis seeds. Um, I hate these big long things for plants, I tell you. Um, um, West African wild clove, basil, uh, uh, and clove, basil, and alfalfa seeds. White snake root, agapanthus, African lily flower, blue holly, evergreens, cactus plants, um, all types of cactus plants. Well, yeah, because they don't want to get poked. I got a cactus, and little pokey things. My plant went to fall over, so guess what I grabbed? I didn't want to hurt my cactus, so I grabbed it. Oh yeah. Now I use tongs. Tongs on the cactuses. Yep. Easiest way to plant and handle them. Forget the gloves. They go right through the gloves. Those little pokey things. So tongs work great. Your kitchen. Get the rubber ones that don't hurt them as much, and you plant your cactuses with them. So a chives plant, sage and herb plants. Well, we knew about the herbs, and bonnie plants is the other one, because of its scents, strong scents. So I guess snakes don't like strong smells, because remember garlic and onion and lemongrass. I'm sorry. So that's how you keep the snakes out of your yard. If you got, if you got snakes, this is what you do. It's not just getting out there killing the snakes. You're going to have to keep them away, and send them to your neighbor's house. No, no, I'm teasing, folks. You tell your neighbors to plant the same stuff. Yeah, let's send it to the neighbors. Go ahead, rattlesnake, go over there. Well, remember the neighbors you hate? You hate to love? Yeah. Oh, yeah, let's send them over there. Let's send all yeah, let's go scare them a little bit. Karen, what do you think? Wait, let's just send the non-poison snakes to the neighbor's house. Like king snakes? Yeah. I turn them loose on the porch right in front of their doors. I know I'm mean. Uh, um, oh boy. Yeah. Ellie, stop that. We know it's Friday and you're having fun, but no, 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 no snakes on the porch of your neighbor's house. I know I'm cracking. I know Karen's cracking up. She's got one of them neighbors though that she might. Karen, they don't bite. Karen, they don't bite. I'm gonna do a Joe Biden. Karen, they don't bite. They just scare the hell out of you. Yeah, try it. You guys didn't hear that. Neither did YouTube or Facebook. Yeah. All right. Oh boy. Um, Now, there was a wind over in the Philippines. They had a really bad storm over there, real bad, and they had winds of close to 100, and it did toss a boat that they ended up rescuing 40 people off the boat, but they ended up losing 21. Now, this happens all the time off the coast of Florida. Now, why they don't report it, I don't know. Um, Now, the Weather Channel reported this, but I've never remembered them doing anything on Florida. I don't know if they want to really scare people, but they should. So many boats have been lost at sea during hurricane times, and then they send the Coast Guard out and they have to find them. Um, so I just wish more would put forth the effort to talk about boats that have been overturned and they've had to do rescues on. Not just looking for boats. They say they're looking and then you never hear what happens. There's at least, they say, an average of 8 boats per hurricane that are lost at sea. And that's it. I'm like, well, did you find them? There's nothing in there. They just said they're lost at sea. So I'm taking it they lost 8 boats. Never found anybody? Huh. Yeah, I think we need to know more about what goes on in Florida coming up into hurricane season. I don't want to hear just lost at sea now. If Philippines can do this and say that they did find, they did save people, but so many had passed, so can Florida. I called DeSantis's office and I said, "Can you guys do this?" And the lady was really surprised, and she said, "You know what? She's lived there all her life," and said, "Yeah, I'm right. They always say lost at sea, but they don't say did they send somebody? Did they find anybody? Did they save anybody?" And she said that is really odd and that she's going to definitely talk about this to the governor. All right. So I got through to somebody. I got through to the governor. I think so. Once, one time, uh, the other ones don't want to talk to you. Well, Sarah Sanders' office answers. But, you call a Democrat. Oh, boy, I don't want to. You call it's the same with the Republicans, folks. I'm going to say it's equal. You call them up and they don't want to hear about safety concerns. They don't want to hear about um, snakes on the plane. They don't want to hear about things. They just don't want to hear. It's easier for them, and we're moving into the age of uh, uh, where they have AI or bots and answer their phones on everything. Have you noticed that? No matter what you call, you get this recording, and then you push this button and that button, and then they say choose this, and this, and do we ever get to a real person? At the end, you give up and you just hang up and say forget it. Yeah, what is it? Why are they doing this to us? I mean, even the telemarketers and scam phone calls, it's all recorded people. Well, that's kind of good because some of the Oriental guys, they were like getting rough. They would call you names and threaten to come get you. So yeah, maybe it is good. All right, so mysterious illnesses triggered by tick bites. Um, it's up and coming. You know how the fleas were with the rats in Arizona? Well, they're saying the tick now is the big one overdoing the fleas. Um, and when I was in Tahoe, they warned us about the fleas on the squirrels. Well, now ticks have overrun our country for diseases, and they say it's a mysterious illness triggered by tick bites that could affect thousands. And yet, a lot of doctors are taking it as flu-like symptoms or food allergy. The condition is called alpha-gal syndrome, also known as red meat allergy, or the tick bite allergy. It begins with a bite from a lone star tick, um, and the tick's saliva contains this alpha gal, which is injected into the body, and it triggers allergies so bad that it has to be treated. It turns into like a cold flu symptoms. So if you've been bit or around ticks, you might go ahead and ask your doctor about that. Like I said, it is called the alpha gal syndrome. With our, me getting the puppies, um, everybody, we eat nuts, or we get mixed nuts, or we have cookies with nuts, or there's a lot of nuts in everything, like peanut butter. What can dogs eat that are nuts? Well, they can do cashews, chestnuts, peanuts, pecans, pistachios. What they cannot eat, do not feed your dogs these nuts. Almonds, um, Brazil nuts, hazelnuts, macadamia nuts, walnuts. Um, so, uh, if you got to share this show to let your friends know, if you got a friend that's like, here, have some walnuts. Yeah, a cookie with walnuts. No, no, no. Or almonds. No. I just say, you know what? Stick with peanuts, peanut butter. You can't go wrong. You can't go wrong with that. So, all right. Um, I thought I would get a little funny with you guys today. Um, and I usually do the funny thing at the end of the show. And what I decided to do is they had it's a joke. It's meant for April Fools, and it's a trivia that makes fun of trivia, and it has funny, weird, crazy trivia. Now, I'm not going to expect you guys to answer, so just kick back and listen to some of these. All right, so what is fitted by Argentinian scientists that helps increase milk? It is false teeth. What is Johnny Depp afraid of? Clowns. What is the main ingredient of Bombay duck? Fish. Name two countries that don't allow tattoos. Iran and Japan. Really, Japan? Oh. Which country has 6 villages called Silly? 12 called Billy and 2 called Pratt. France. They also have a village called Corp Nuds, naked body. And then there's my nipple. Wow, really, France? I guess they're kind of free over there, huh? What were the first hockey pucks made out of? I knew that, rubber. No, frozen cow dog. No. I guess it's made of rubber now. Oh boy, I hope I didn't use that one today. In Florida, it's illegal for unmarried women to do what on Sundays? Skydive. Don't skydive if you're in Florida and you're unmarried on Sunday. Oh boy. What was the? Oh no. When held to ultraviolet light, what animal's urine glows in the dark? Oh, I don't know if I want to know that. I could believe the answer. It's a cat. Oh yeah. In Iceland, diverted roads to avoid disturbing communities of what? Elves. Did you guys know that there's elves in Iceland? Yeah, well, yeah, I'm going to go on the diverted roads if I go to Iceland. I want to see some elves. All right. Which fictional character is real to 25% of Americans? I would say Batman, or one of them. No, it's Sherlock Holmes. In French vineyards, it's illegal to do what? Get drunk with the picker. No, I don't know. That was my answer. Land a flying saucer. I like getting drunk with the picker myself. What is Scotland's national animal? A unicorn. It goes with the elves in Iceland. Yeah. Okay. A group of raven is known as what? Unkindness. They're mean. They're mean, folks. They're mean. What is the official name of Texas? Shit kickers. No, I don't know. Can I say that? The Lone Star State. Oh, come on. I like shit kickers better. No, come on, y'all. You got lame there. Oh my gosh. Who invented the word vomit? You never guess. William Shakespeare. Yeah. Some of these are gross. Why did pirates wear earrings? To improve their eyesight. Okay, so that is it for today, folks. Happy Friday, and come on back for some real trivia where I'm going to take your answers, and you better get them right. These are hard. This is a multiple choice. I'm going to say the multiple choice from Hades. Some of them are really hard, some are easy, and some are just, I never knew that. So I don't know a lot of these answers. So that doesn't mean much. So come on back, subscribe, and hit the like button, thumbs up, and definitely share with your friends and bring more people into the weather and lifestyle news. Have a wonderful weekend, folks, and we will either see you Monday or we'll see you in trivia in the next hour. Happy Friday.